All right, everybody. It's time to update the state of the race, American politics, and the map here. And it's gotten quite interesting since Kamala Harris has taken over the tickets and she has selected Tim Walz to be her running mate. We have massive coping on the side of Trump, and it seems that the writing is sort of on the wall, at least at this point in time. The election is still very, very close, but we are seeing lots of things shifting, including Kamala Harris now surging and tying Trump essentially in the poly market prediction market. She's actually ahead by some standards in other markets, and she is now heavily, heavily favored to win the popular vote, which seems to make sense. And yeah, it is just an absolutely stunning turn of events. We're going to look at the map first and sort of going through my prediction here update. I made one recently. I think the selection of Tim Walz does actually shift some things for the better. I tried to make this map the other day, but it didn't turn out. Hopefully this now is able to be seen. But basically, with the selection of Tim Walz in Minnesota, I actually think that makes it a lot more likely that Harris hangs on and comes through and wins. Wisconsin and her support in Michigan will remain true. I believe that locking down those states will be quite likely. I also think, oh my goodness, what the heck? Get out of here. Get out of here. I also think that it's very likely that she comes around and is able to bolster and hold on to support in Nevada. And then there remain some question marks. Really, the big question mark is what is going to happen in Pennsylvania. Now, people are saying that because she didn't pick Shapiro, that she snubbed Shapiro, that is going to sour her chances in Pennsylvania. I actually will go ahead and disagree. I think that the strength of the pick of Walz will actually prove to give her the opportunity to hang on to all three of these states, including Pennsylvania, and I'm not really worried about it. And finally, I believe that Georgia is also going to come around. And I also believe that Arizona as well. So in a weird way, I could actually see this map turning out almost the same as it did last time. I don't know why. I can't really see anything else changing in terms of Iowa and Ohio. The demographics there sort of sticking. Florida has become Trump land, and that becomes tough. But Georgia, with its demographic shifts and large Black population, and that surge in support for Kamala could hold true. I also would say there's a potential for North Carolina on this ticket as well, but I don't think you get both North Carolina and Georgia. I'd still say that goes for Trump. And in terms of Tim Walz, there's sort of this idiocy from the right that they don't quite understand. They see him as a radical. He's too old, or this stolen valor bullshit story that they're trying to come up with. None of it's going to work. They're going to attack him through his strength, and he's going to surge and demolish them. He's already, and I know it's very early, and he's sitting at a favorable plus 13, and that's because basically most of the country doesn't quite know who he is. People that do know who he is are more Democratic than not, so that explains the sort of favorability. You could probably see this maybe sort of whittling back to the plus 7 or plus 5 category. We'll need to get more data on that in the future. But sitting at plus 13, obviously not a bad thing for now. He's obviously doing well in that regard, and I should expect that to continue once more people sort of figure out who he is, what he stands for, standing up for the little guy, getting free school lunches for kids, just expanding access to healthcare and human rights and all those things that he's done in the great state of Minnesota. So I think that's all looking good. My thoughts, my feelings are that Kamala and her team are heading towards a victory, and you can tell that Trump is feeling the same way because he is absolutely losing his mind. They are now holding an impromptu news conference at 2 p.m. That's happening soon. Maybe we'll cover that. And this is because they're trying to create this narrative that Kamala is dodging the media, and she hasn't put out a policy platform. Nobody knows what she stands for. And they're trying to highlight that and contrast that with Trump, who, by the way, also has hardly a policy platform except for Project 2025, which is absolutely terrifying and abysmal. So that's what he's standing on. He's talking about exposing Kamala in a debate that he backed out of, living in a pro-criminal atmosphere. I don't know what that means, because actually Donald Trump is the criminal here. So if anyone is pro-criminal, that would be him. Whoopsies. And then he did say something quite sort of accurate I wanted to get back to. He was talking about how this election is about the economy and about inflation and about the border and things like that. He's actually right about that. Those are the things that people care about. The only problem is that he has nothing planned to fix those things. So it's really I don't quite know where he what he is trying to do, or where he's coming from with those things. But you're the guy that is just about where is it? About the economy, inflation, borders, respect to our nation, preventing World War III. And then he's been saying this 1929 style depression thing for years and years. It's never happened. If Kamala has 1,000 people at a rally, the press goes crazy. When I have a rally and 100,000 people, he's never had 100,000 people at a rally. More lies. And then he went crazy with a bunch of truths about God knows what, and just trying to desperately recapture the energy and the momentum, but it's obviously not working. So 80 million plus MAGA patriots, you got to elect Trump for the third time. So he's leaning into sort of the insanity that he's been leaning into. Dear God, please help us get rid of this man once and for all, because he's an absolute maniac, and we can't have it. So that's where it is right now. Actually looking fairly good for Kamala and Tim Walz as a ticket. Let's keep the momentum going, and we'll see what happens in the next update. Have a good day, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.